By now, we all know how powerful the AYN Odin 3 is. But then, you might wonder whether to choose Odin 3, which is designed specifically for gaming, or a flagship phone that you rely on daily and can also handle gaming. Or maybe you already have a powerful phone and now you're wondering, does that bigger screen actually improve the experience, or does it end up creating new problems? Take something like a flagship phone with the same Snapdragon 8 Elite chip, like the OnePlus 15. Games like GTA 5 can run around 40 to 60 FPS at 720p low settings. Even Red Dead Redemption 2 is playable, sitting somewhere around 30 frames per second, with occasional spikes higher. That's kind of crazy for a phone, so raw power is not going to be the problem here. In some cases, the phone initially may do better. A phone may hit high numbers at first, but it can't always hold them for long. You can use a mobile controller with a built-in cooler. GameSir X3 Pro will be the easiest option. It has an integrated Peltier cooler and a 7-blade fan, capable of dropping device temperatures significantly. It also includes premium Hall effect joysticks and a dual Type-C port. But a controller like this may feel bulky, and it also limits your choices as there are not many of these in the market. Cooling and controls aside, aspect ratio is another problem. Phones are tall, most retro games are not, so even with a bigger screen, you end up with black bars on the sides. So that bigger display advantage doesn't always translate to a better experience. A tall phone inside a controller also makes the setup incredibly long. It can feel like you are holding a limousine, which will be awkward for smaller hands. Weight distribution is another factor. When suspended in a plastic controller, it can feel top-heavy and unbalanced during long sessions. Then comes the battery. Running emulators, especially PC games, drains your phone fast. And that's your main device. Calls, messages, everything depends on it. Depending on your use case, it may or may not be a big issue. Seeing these problems makes you realize why the Android handheld market even exists, even though these devices are basically phones at the core. With the Odin 3, you don't really think about any of this. It's a separate device built just for gaming. It has built-in cooling, proper controls, and software that's tuned for that exact purpose. And because of that, the way you use it feels different. Now, I'm not undermining the advantages of using a phone as a handheld. You're carrying it anyway. It has a better display in terms of brightness and colors. And if you already own it, adding a controller is way cheaper than buying a full handheld. In that way, you can call it the cheapest retro handheld. So for a lot of people, this might actually make more sense. But here's how I see it. A phone can replace the AYN Odin 3 in terms of raw performance, but it can't replace the experience. The Odin 3 feels like a console. Everything is balanced. The weight, the controls, the cooling. It's made for long sessions. A phone is like a powerful workaround. It can do the same things, sometimes even better, but it takes more effort and it sacrifices comfort. I only talked about a flagship phone here, but even budget options can get into this. A lot of mid-range phones now come with something like a Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 or newer, and that's already enough to run indie Windows games. You don't really need top-end hardware for that. All you need is a controller, a bit of setup, and just keeping your expectations realistic, and you're good to go.